Fight.
Time of recording this, obviously the big talk right now, and we got the UFC card on Saturday, is Diego Sanchez not fighting Cowboy Cerrone. I know you were at Jackson Wink for a long time. What do you make of this whole situation with Diego getting let go? I think it's a bummer because Diego had such a great career, and it has to end like this with him getting let go because of this new coach. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but what did you make of that whole situation?
It's very weird because I trained with both Cowboy and Diego, and I love both of those guys. But I'm not exactly sure. To be honest, like up until a week ago, Diego's been, I think, the longest running fighter in the UFC at this point.
Yeah.
He's been in the UFC longer than anybody, and yeah, it is kind of a shame to see it happen that way. I don't know his coach, but I haven't heard great things even from people that kind of are in his circle and know of him and know him in the Albuquerque scene. And it is kind of a shame. Like it honestly looks like Diego's kind of, I don't want Diego to come at me, but like, because we don't stay in too much contact, but it's so weird watching some of these interviews. It almost looks like you'll see in the comments like Diego's like a prisoner and he can't say anything. Like people are like, Diego, blink twice if you're okay.
Right.
Blink 3 times, and it's like, who knows? Maybe it's just a demeanor change. It seems as though like, I guess the guy was there for him when Diego was in a tough spot, so I'm sure that guy's very, Fabia is his name.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he's very near and dear to Diego's heart, and they have a seemingly great friendship for one another. It is a shame that, from what I can see, he is kind of running Diego's career in a not very negative way. It's like, dude, like the pinnacle of martial arts and being a competitor isn't to be so affected by criticism. And every interview they do, everything they do, it's always like people in the media are saying this about Diego, and I don't like that. And people in the comment sections are saying this, but when they say this, why aren't they talking about this? And it's like, dude, who gives a crap? If you're a martial artist and you're a professional athlete, like, that comes with the territory. People are going to talk crap about you. People in the media are going to have their bias against you. Like, stop being so thin-skinned about it. Like, let Diego say his opinion sometimes. Just kind of let it be, because you're really shooting yourselves in the foot, and it showed. Like they let him go because the dude couldn't keep his mouth shut, and there was just so much weirdness going on. Again, I don't know the full story. Maybe they really do have some weird information that's not being let out, but I'm not going to lie, it was pretty disappointing. Although I didn't want to see Diego and Cowboy fight. Like at the end of the day, it's intriguing because training with both of them for so long, it's a fun matchup with history. But knowing the two of them, I was like, man, I don't want to see that. I love those guys, you know?
No, I hear you. I think just sort of the one sort of last thing I'll mention that on it. I think the thing is, like, Josh was, anytime because I've had to go through him to get interviews with Diego, right? And he's been nothing but cool to me and all that. The only thing I don't like is that he kind of is making it about him and not Diego. Like that, I don't know if you saw the video of the staff meeting, and he was upset with the commentators talking about Fabia's coaching.
Paul Felder and Megan.
Yeah, that's the video I'm talking about. Yeah, that was the only thing where I'm like, it's not really about you, man. It should be about Diego. Like, who cares what they're saying about you? Why are you worried about that? If they're saying something about Diego, that's fine, but it seemed like he was making it about him. That's kind of what I didn't like. If you're a coach, it should be about the fighter, not about you,
Absolutely. And like, I hate defamation. Like, I don't like when people go after people for things they didn't do or like totally misconstrue what they say. But like, Fabia is a weird and eccentric character. And if people are going to talk about his weird and eccentricness, well, he shouldn't be mad at that. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, just own it, because that is what he is. So, I mean, and if he is really as great as he is, maybe he should find a younger fighter who's in his prime and see what he can do with that kind of person. But I don't think really at this point anyone is going to lend their career to that guy, seeing as how what's happened with Diego. So, I wish the best for the two of them, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like they did it to themselves.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
They had every opportunity to get the fight going, and they threw it away.
Yeah, it was weird for me too, because I actually interviewed Diego the day before, and then I find out he's out of the fight, and I was like, what? Like, I got no indication there was anything wrong. I thought maybe it was COVID or something, and then to hear this, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But anyway.
Did you interview Diego or did you interview Fabia?
I interviewed Diego, but Joshua was just off camera like seconds away, and I could even a couple times hear him saying
sign
stuff.
Language.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, yeah. No, but they honestly, like, I'll be completely transparent. Like, they were good to me. Like, there was no issue there with doing the interview. It was just like, you could tell there's some, control there. But anyways.
Well, that's why I love doing interviews with you, James. Like, at the end of the day, you're one of the best guys I've ever done an interview with, because I don't know, it doesn't seem like you try to like hard pin us down for weird answers that try to get the media to say, oh, this fighter said this or this guy said that. Like, I think there's a reason why you're one of the most respectable guys in this in the interviewing game in MMA. You know.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks. The check's in the mail, by the way, for that endorsement. But
let's kick it off, Jack, cross to the beat, beating you MMA. He is the main course of the feast. Lynch on sports, the force. He's got his ears to the streets. Uppercutting with knowledge, shaking the brain with breakdowns of the game with that original flow. Head kicks with the pros, picks of the fights or anything in the mix.